joining us now here in our studios this morning. Michael, good morning, and thank you very much for coming in. Just as an overriding sense, all who are picking out the weekend from various people who were named, including people from Vele Investments, like Robert Matsonga and others, speaking to Aldrin St. Pierre. They will say, no, parts of the report are not correct. We're going to challenge them. Other people said, I did nothing wrong. Everything was okay. Just summarize for us. I mean, who's saying what?
Well, if we go back to the beginning, the first person that is implicated in the report that has denied this is, of course, Brian Shivambu, the brother of the deputy president of the EFF. That then moved on, and of course Floyd Shivambu says he never received the 10 million that was alleged in the Daily Maverick article. He also came on and said that there's weapons of mass deception and propaganda that's being deployed against them, and the truth will come out and people see the real story. Robert Matsonga, the former Vele CEO, he's saying that this is all hogwash and denying it outright, and very importantly, the former engagement, the senior partner from KPMG, former KPMG employee now, Sipho Malaba, also saying that they're going to be going to court to have this set aside.
Okay, well, I think we have that clip
from Robert Matsonga.
Let's have a listen to what he had to say on Politburo.
You cannot say you cannot find a role which a person has played, and then down the line you say the person has looted. But you can, if it's either I have been involved in the fraud or I'm not. And if I'm not involved in the fraud,
and then how does this then relate to your sequestration case?
No,
because the argument he makes in the report is that you're not opposing the sequestration case.
No.
At some point, I
think.
No.
I'm opposing the sequestration. Okay. And I think he's talking about
Matodzi. Okay.
So I'm opposing the sequestration because the sequestration is based on the media of saying Matsonga is a mastermind. Now, if you recall, Sunday Times, everybody was saying I'm a mastermind. You cannot have a mastermind whom you cannot find what he has done. Therefore, he also trying to find a reason to say, I must come to the predetermined conclusion that Matsonga is guilty, and therefore, similar things, he must have known that the fraud was happening. Therefore, every money he got must have been illegal. So I'm taking, with this report now, I'm going to court to say, now there's a report which says I have not been involved in the fraud. So now, what assumptions are you now making? So I'm challenging that.
He's challenging it.
Yeah, he would challenge it, as would anybody else. But what's interesting, he says he's named as the kingpin, but he's not named as the kingpin. He's one of those that's accused of wrongdoing. But Shafiwa Matodzi, he is being named as the kingpin. But there is no distinction, Advocate Terry Matas says, there's no distinction that can be drawn between the shareholders of Vele, VBS. He says they all acted as one corrupt entity, allegedly. And that's, of course, what they can challenge in a court of law. Now, the report, they're going to challenge the forensic report, and seek to have it set aside. That is one way to go about it. And they could wait until the criminal investigation completes its work, and then challenge it in a court of law if there's nothing. But they're attacking the first point of call here, which is that forensic report. Many of the others have not been challenged as yet that we know of, but law enforcement will do their work regardless of what has been said in this forensic report, because it's now been referred to the Hawks. So they're going to do their own work in any case.
Have the Hawks, from what we know, Michael, have they been doing any investigation at all? Because this is not the first time we've heard about VBS. And a couple of months ago, we saw the Reserve Bank stepping in to make sure that the depositors could be able to withdraw some money, as it was clear that VBS Bank was collapsing. I would assume there's been some investigation going on already?
Yeah, as we understand it from the National Prosecuting Authority, they're saying that they already have 6 dockets. Which is going to be consolidated now so that senior prosecutors can lead a team of Hawks investigators to make sure that they fast-track these cases. But the Reserve Bank stepped in with 336 million because there was a liquidity crisis. Nobody knew the extent of fraud. That is what this forensic report has picked up. But it was clear that money was flowing out much faster than it was coming in, and that's what led to the South African Reserve Bank having to guarantee depositors' money.
Now, we also, I suppose as an ordinary South African out there, Michael, you'd wonder, what's happening with this possible money at this point? Is this giving them enough time to probably cover their tracks, move this money somewhere else? Is there a proper trail of where the money went? And can we track this ever?
Yeah, well, all the annexures from this forensic report, which is not available to the media or to the public, details the money flows. the bank records that have been subpoenaed, the cell phone text, all of that. So that paints, that lays out the breadcrumbs for, it's a blueprint for the authorities to follow in terms of their criminal investigation. And it was Advocate Terry Matau's belief that you need to liquidate this bank. There's nothing left to save, and do it quickly. So the asset forfeiture unit needs to move very quickly on this one.
Yeah, Advocate Mutau is really stating emphatically on eNCA last week that if anybody wants to challenge him, they're
more than welcome to.
They're more than welcome to do so. What should we expect next, in your view, this coming? Because this thing is by no way over.
No, it's going to be crazy. The ANC's Integrity Commission saying they're going to be speaking to the implicated parties. Danny Msiza, who's another person, who's the treasurer in Limpopo. He's named as the mastermind behind the commissions scheme, which is where you would get municipal managers, CFOs and mayors to hand over municipal deposits, and then you would get 2% of the commission of every municipal deposit. He's named as the kingpin behind this commission scheme, along with another political connected fixer in
So the
Zimbabwe.
ANC is going to have to look at their own members.
They're going to have to look at their own members themselves. And that meeting taking place at the Tsuli House today, I think this is by no means over. We're going to see a lot of reaction coming out.
Okay, no, thank you very much, Michael Appel. We'll keep on watching, of course, the development on that side of things.